Was the last time that you looked in the mirror or you saw a picture of yourself and didn't pick apart your flaws and didn't immediately think that you should be thinner, that you should have less wrinkles, that you should just look better? And it's so prevalent, especially now that I'm in my 40s and I work with so many women in their 40s and above, that we've been taught that self-worth is something that actually doesn't come from self at all, that our worthiness, our beauty is given to us by other people. Growing up in the 80s and 90s, it was, Maybelline and there's magazine 17. And, you know, we wanted to be those girls. We wanted to be the girls in the magazines. We wanted to be the girls that the boys liked. And it changes as we grow older, transforms into keeping up with the Joneses. But what I hear over and over again with women, and especially with photography, is that they wish that they didn't look how they did. And I believe that there are some simple tools that we can do every day that are going to shift you from thinking that self-deprecating, lack of self-confidence, lack of self-worth, to change those thoughts and change those feelings into, you ready for it? Why not me? Right? Why can't I be beautiful? Why can't I feel worthy? Why can't I have what that little girl inside of me always dreamed of? And here's the thing, you can. You can. You can have all the confidence in the world. You can stand up. You can be beautiful. You can have your dreams come true. But you have to accept that it's not going to come from anybody but you. And when you accept that, you have the power to change your self-perception about yourself, it's phenomenal and it's huge. Worthiness does not come from buying that new car or living in that neighborhood or buying that purse or getting your nails done. That's not worthiness. That's marketing, and that's the society that we live in. But when you are in a room full of women and everybody's dressed the same, everybody looks the same, there's always people that kind of stand out, right? And they stand out because they have confidence, because they know their self-worth, and because they know their beauty. So how do we begin? How do we change into a confident woman that can stand tall, take a deep breath in? First thing is that I notice people because of my job as a photographer, and I see so many women and they're standing, talking to somebody, and they're like this, right? And their feet are crisscrossed and they are taking up as little space as possible. And we've been taught that, right? We've been taught to be small, that thin is the way to be, and we need to be a damsel in distress so that our Prince Charming can come and save us. And the first thing you need to do is uncross those legs, put your feet firmly into the ground. Don't do that. Stand tall, put your hands in front of you like this, and own your space. That is the first way that your body can recognize this feels good, because everything's energy, right? So when you're all tied up like this, nothing's flowing at all. You're tied up. So that's the first thing. Just feet on the ground, chest out, hands down, or hands right in front of you like this. And that power that you're going to feel is amazing. And not only that, the people around you are going to respond to you in a different way. because they sense it too. So that's tip number one. The second one is start asking this question when you start feeling that familiar, I'm not good enough, I'm not this, I'm not that. When you hear those thoughts in your head, and it's hard to hear, so you're going to have to maybe do some meditating, some mindfulness. Ask yourself, why not me? Why not me? When you see that there's somebody maybe that's in your work or in your circle that's doing amazing things and you get that kind of twinge of jealousy, instead of being jealous, which jealousy is completely normal, by the way, and jealousy just means it's something you should look into. Like, why are you jealous of that person? What are they doing that's making you jealous? Because that means that you want what they have. Why can't you have it? What that does, it stops the process of that overthinking, and it opens up the process of abundance. It opens up the process of healing, of confidence. And when we look around us and we see what our parents had, and all of our friends have the same thing, it's really, really hard to not feel a certain way when you feel it differently. When you want more than what you have, because we've been taught that when we want more than what we have, that we should feel bad about that, but we shouldn't. We should explore that. What is it? What is it that I want? Why haven't I gotten it yet? And how can I get there? And start questioning yourself and start making these little tiny micro changes in your day to bring that energy into existence, even just by starting by putting your feet on the ground and your chest out. Now, how does this all tie into photography? Well, I see women all the time, and I photograph women all the time, and 9 times out of 10, they don't see their beauty in a photograph. Most people don't realize that photography is actually a way of seeing. So you have to look beyond what you've always been taught, always saw. Look beyond all of that. And when you start holding yourself accountable for your feelings and your presence and your mindfulness, you can see beyond the programming. You can see your beauty. You can see your strength. And you can see all the women in your lineage that have came before you and have gratitude for those women that put you in this place, in this space of truly seeing yourself, of feeling gratitude for all the things you've been through, and you still chose to keep going. And that's what you need to see in your reflection, in the photographs. And we need to be teaching our daughters this and our granddaughters this as well, that beauty and self-worth has nothing to do with anybody else. It's a mindset. It's thoughts in our head, which I guess is mindset too. It's having the courage to stand up to that marketing, to society, to the male-dominated world that we live in, and own your space. And I honestly have no idea where I started with this, so own it.